Hey guys, and welcome to my YouTube video. This is Tommy Poles. Today we're going to be opening up Photon Hypernova, which is the 2023 collectible set. There's 24 packs in here, 9 cards a pack. I just want to welcome you guys again. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content going forward. Um, there's a lot of good cards that I can be pulling out here. Hopefully we're going to get a Starlight, and we'll see what we do here. Um, this is going to be a voiced over recording of the cards I'm pulling, so hopefully there's not as many mistakes going forward. Um, I just want to say I'm going to just kind of chat it up. So a little background information about me is I started collecting cards back in 2003 up until 2007 until Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and going forward I just started picking up collecting again. So you're going to see the cards up on the screen when I'm talking. I'm just going to go over some things about my channel. Um, we're going to be producing a lot of older content coming soon. I just started off with the new pack openings because it seemed like the best thing to do to get back into the scene of things. But I have a bunch of older cards that I'm going to be selling and getting graded here shortly. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's going to be a lot of PSA submissions coming in here. We're going to go through my binder of cards and then eventually go through, send them into PSA, and then hopefully get them all graded, get PSA 9s, 10s, and then go from there, make some short videos and whatnot. But without further ado, I'm going to start reading off what I'm pulling on the screen right now, which there are some surprises in here. And at the end of this video, we're going to be having a good long math edition on the prices of the cards currently, which is August 24th, 2023. So it'll be interesting to see how much value I pull for the case. The case combined came for about $65. So we'll see what I'm able to do here. So Chaos Beast is what I'm pulling right here. Light of the Branded, Gold Pride Leon. So right off rip, we get an ultra rare, about 4 packs in here. A very beautiful car, nice and shiny. Definitely something worth grading. From me looking at the TCG website, they're about $8 to $12 currently. So that's pretty lit. And then obviously we still have a lot more cards to pull within this box. So let's see if I'm able to pull anything rare, maybe a Starlight or whatnot. But yeah, so a little thing about me is that when I was collecting Yu-Gi-Oh, obviously it was the biggest anime with Pokemon at the time. And every Saturday morning there was the 9 to 10 o'clock, 10 to 11 o'clock new um, cartoon of Yu-Gi-Oh. So I really got into it. I went to a lot of tournaments in my life. Did When Toys R Us was still around, I was able to go to a few of those tournaments and then win some cards. There's a local mall about 10 miles away that I went to a tournament as well, and it was just surreal seeing so many duelists in a little area, bringing all their cards. The excitement was real. It was like if I could go to flashback in time and record, the tournaments and all the guys that were there, the excitement was so real within that area. They had main stages on, they had duelists going on, and then at the end of the tournament, I think that was the Midwest tournament. They were achieving different type of cards, so it was a pretty cool experience. So that could really set the tone for my collecting. I had a few friends within my neighborhood that would collect these cards. And then obviously when you went to school, you'd be able to trade them on the playground with other fellow students and whatnot. So throughout those experiences, I was able to get a really nice collection of cards. Um, one of these days in one of my next videos, I'll probably go over my binder and then display you guys all my super rare cards that are in that, and then hopefully be able to start sending them in for submissions. But without further ado, I'm just going to start reading off these cards. Land Flipping, Pressured Plant, Raid Zone. This card currently, I hate to spoil it, is going pretty valuable. At the time of this video recording, I didn't do any of the pricing, and then later after I seen what I pulled, I was really surprised about the value of this box set that I was able to accomplish. So it was a pretty good idea to get one of these. I think in the future videos, other than going over my PSA submissions and pulling newer sets, it'll be interesting to see the value of these cards within a year's time, 5, 6 months, either go up or stay the same. So it's kind of like an investment opportunity too as well. Um, Furiant, the Circle Sorcerer. That's a nice card right there, Fierce Tiger. And yeah, so you know, I also remember going to the Yu-Gi-Oh movie back in theaters. I remember seeing it at AMC and going with one of my best friends at the time, and they gave us the box card, the card movie card. And I remember the card I pulled, man. I pulled the best one. I pulled that Blue Eyes Shining Dragon. And fast forward to, 15 years later, 20 years later, I still have a lot of these cards, and I still have that one nice in my binder packed, mint fresh, just ready to rip open a PSA submission. So it'll be interesting the value I pull on that. But you know, this Hypernova set was really fun to pull. This was actually the first set I pulled. The prior video I did a Duelist Nexus um, booster box set, and that was the second set I pulled in the day. So this is the very first video I intended on producing, but I felt like doing a voiceover is a little bit better than stumbling upon my words and have a little fresh mindset. And I think the quality of this video is pretty good as well. XYZ Align, Dynamondo. These link cards are pretty cool. Chaos Beast. I pulled a bunch of these in this video, I recall. Core of Chaos. And then we got a Arctos, XIV, Chronochasm, Valiance. When I pulled this card, I thought, wow, I hit the lotto. And then I did the TCG pricing on that, and I was a little petrified of how much it actually is worth, because when I'm pulling these cards in newer sets that I'm not familiar with after taking 7, 8, 9 years off of even pulling up the Yu-Gi-Oh's videos and whatnot, I was anticipating that card to be a lot, but I was kind of turned down on that. But at the end of this video, if you made it so far, so to this point, I kind of went over my history of collecting, a little background of what I used to do as a kid, going to these tournaments and whatnot, making a lot of good friends. I had a really close friend within my neighborhood that would go to the stores every time and buy just sets on sets. So through his addiction to collecting, I was able to really achieve a very nice collection. But for me, as a child, I was only able to make so much money, doing chores around the house, getting paid $5, and then running up to the Walmart, Myers type of stores, buying a fresh pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards was the highlight of my week for $4, I remember. And then being able to pull these cards was just so fun to do. Um, and it's something looking back on my childhood I really wish I could redo, because it was like, if I would have known what to collect at the time, I probably would have gotten a lot more. The Dust Dragon here that I'm pulling is a very valuable sought out card. If you get into Starlight, um, it's very, very expensive, but this one has pretty good value as well. Um, so I was happy with the performance. I'm about halfway through the box here, and I'm trying to rip these open as quick as possible for you guys and watching the video. And it's really fun doing this. It kind of brings the nostalgia back from being a little kid, going to the store, buying these, and then obviously now that I'm older, looking back at it, it's like, well, dang, if I would have had a little bit more money, I could have really accumulated a really, really stellar collection. Tri Brigade Arms, nice, very nice card right there, as you guys know. Um, but yeah, going based off of like the new art in comparison to the older Yu-Gi-Oh art, there's no comparison. The art on these cards are just phenomenal. They're beautiful cards. A lot of the glossy ones are really, really minty. There's not a lot of scratches on them. They're really centered. Back in the day, a lot of the cards could be, you know, freshly packed in there, but They had scratches on the back. They weren't produced as well. So it was a very interesting predicament. So hopefully you guys find interest in these videos and are kind of enjoying the content so far up until this point. But I just want to thank you guys. I know that there's a lot of things you could be watching on YouTube that may necessarily be more interesting than me chat and have a little bit, 15, 20 minutes of your time today. But appreciate you guys sticking around and, watching the polls with me talking in the background. But it's been pretty good booster box up until this point. Um, Abyss's Actors Dress Rehearsal. That's a really nice card. Like, look how beautiful that card is. Like, there's a lot of sick art in this set. I've been debating going back and forth purchasing a bunch of the 25-year anniversary packs. The Legends of Blue Eyes is one that I'm really eyeing right now, but it's skyrocketed in price from when it was dropped. That's one of the very few booster boxes that are actually going up in pricing because Konami's done a lot of printing recently with their cards. It's kind of oversaturated right now. You don't really know the prices. You don't really know what the meta is going for dueling right now. So the older cards are actually going to like the 25-year-old anniversary. Polling boxes are very popular right now. So I've been going back and forth debating and buying one of those and seeing what I can really rip open. It would be really, really cool seeing me pull like a Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, a Dark Magician. Those type of cards would be just phenomenal to pull. The nostalgia of ripping one of those open, losing my mind, because it's just a fun time getting back into this hobby. I consider this a hobby. I haven't sold any of the cards that I've had in my possession. Never really have gotten into that. So that's something that I'm probably going to be trying to pursue here eventually. Once I get my PSA submissions in and you guys see my binder collection, I think you guys will understand the passion I have for this type of collecting. It's just a lot of fun for me. Shelved Chaos, Photon Emperor, Jin the Gravity Ninja, Galaxy 100, Queen Butterfly Danis, Bio Insect Armor, I don't know what that is. Casimolar, Ice Jade, Manifestation. So it's been real. I hope you guys really have collections or passion about the hobby, like myself included. Coming back to it, it's like, oh, what do I open? There's so many different sets. And it's just been really fun watching videos, gaining knowledge of what's collectible, what's not collectible. But from my understanding, a lot of the collectible cards are the Starlights because they're the ones that are short printed. You have to pull one in 2 or 3 boxes of booster boxes, and each booster box is going for $50 to $70 currently. So to pull a Starlight, you have to drop $100. And foreshadowing in this video, I may or may not pull one. So I'm in the search currently, looking over these, kind of getting a little nervous here towards the end of the box, thinking, oh, I'm not gonna pull one, but we'll see what happens here. Light of the Branded, the script, dramatic story, Grimace, Dimensional, Altrop, Varus. A lot of these cards remind me too. If anybody here plays League of Legends, a lot of these cards kind of give me like a League of Legends feel, which is interesting too. Like a lot of the artwork. I don't know if any of you guys play League of Legends, but it's a really fun game that I've thoroughly enjoyed too in my spare time. I do mess around with that game. Um, Meteor Rush is this card that I just pull intimidating auras from it. Chaos Beast, the Armor Ninja, Trivi Karma, pretty cool card. Chaos Fanaticism, Syria the Silvering Axe, Tiralama, Spira. Another thing is too, when I'm pulling these cards, I'm sitting here and I'm waiting for that big one, the big, oh wow, the hurrah. But so far up until this point, without knowing, I pull a lot of value in the cards, which I was really happy about because it was like the first one I pulled, and the first pack, and it was just awesome to just get into it again. Made to order mermaid outfitter. Pretty cool card. Mental tuner. Couple of aces, ace of spades. So, talking for 15 minutes, 18 minutes is not the easiest for me because I'm not the most outgoing guy, but hopefully you guys, are enjoying me ripping up these cards, showing you guys what I'm doing on the camera. I really like the setup here. I think the lighting was great. I think it's an improvement from my prior video, and I'm just happy that you guys are taking the time to watch this. Um, Galactic Karibo, that's a really cool card. It reminds me of the OG Karibo. And yeah. Um, Now, if anybody is willing to make trades with me for any of these cards on the screen that have been displayed, just contact me in the comments. Definitely open the trades. Um, I think there's a lot of value in the Photon Hypernova set from the pricing I've looked at and everything of that nature. But so without further ado, there's about a little bit of time left. I'm on my second from last pack. I want to thank you guys all for tuning in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, comment your favorite part of the video. At the end of this video, I'm going to be doing the same thing I did in the prior one where I went through all the ultra rares, super rares, and gave you guys the pricing. So without further ado, I just want to thank you all for joining and hope to see you soon in my next video. And stay tuned for the PSA submissions and my binder video, which is very exciting. I'm very happy to show that off because it's something I'm very proud about doing. And I'm just excited to be here. I'm excited to give you guys content to watch in your spare time. But without further ado, thank you guys for watching. Tommy Poles is out. Take care. Later, guys.